The Taylor Street Little Italy Festa is set to return on Thursday, August 8th, and it will run until Sunday, August 11th. The street festival will bring folks together to celebrate Italian food and music. Ron Onesti, the producer of the event, said in a press release, quote, "After a record-breaking attendance in 2023, the classic Chicago Street Festival will once again bring generations-old families and friends back together, celebrating the best Italian food and music Chicagoland has to offer," end quote. There will be 5 stages of entertainment, which will include an Olivia Newton-John tribute, a Taylor Swift experience, the Bronx Wanderers from Las Vegas, amongst other future guests. A game Amora will commence on the last day of the festival. The classic game features number predictions and, quote, yelling from 2 very physical opponents, end quote. Admission will be free, though a $15 donation is suggested. Disgraced media mogul Harvey Weinstein will face a new trial set to begin in November. This is another attempt to convict Weinstein, as his 2020 sexual assault conviction was overturned earlier this year. The new trial will take place in Manhattan, which is a separate case from the one in California. Weinstein was convicted of rape in the Los Angeles trial in 2022 and was sentenced to 16 years. While awaiting his trial, Weinstein was transported to a New York hospital as he contracted COVID-19 yet again. COVID-19 is the latest in the long line of health complications the disgraced producer faces. His lawyers told Deadline, quote, "Weinstein has been brought back to the Bellevue Hospital prison ward so that he can be treated for the myriad of health conditions that he's still afflicted with on a daily basis, such as diabetes, high blood pressure, spinal stenosis, fluid on his heart and lungs, and various other conditions," end quote. Prior to his hospitalization, Weinstein was serving his sentence at Rikers Island. XXL magazine reports that Tupack Shakur's murder suspect allegedly went undercover in an attempt to implicate Sean Diddy Combs in the rapper's death. According to legal filings obtained by Nebraska outlet KFXL, prosecutors claimed that Duane Keefe D. Davis once went undercover in New York City in 2009. Davis's trip to the Big Apple was to allegedly try to obtain evidence linking Combs and Eric Von Zip Martin to the death of the hit-em-up rapper. Davis claimed in police interviews that Combs offered him $1 million to murder Suge Knight and Shakur during the height of Bad Boy's feud with Death Row Records. Combs allegedly paid Davis half of the money when Shakur was killed in 1996. On Wednesday, Davis lashed out in court due to what he believes is tainted evidence. Keefe said, quote, "Craig Kading had them boxes in his house for 15 years in his attic, doing all kinds of TV interviews. Them boxes should not be allowed. It is tainted evidence," end quote. Kading was the one who recorded Davis's murder confession, during which he revealed Combs' alleged payment. Davis faces a murder charge relating to Shakur's death, with the trial set for November 2nd. SAG-AFTRA calls for a strike against video game companies after reaching an impasse due to concerns about artificial intelligence. For almost 2 years, the union has been negotiating with major video game companies on a new contract agreement that would cover voice and performance capture workers on various titles, notably from Disney character voices, Electronic Arts, Warner Bros. Games, and more. SAG-AFTRA President Fran Drescher said, quote, "We're not going to consent to a contract that allows companies to abuse AI to the detriment of our members. Enough is enough," end quote. The strike has been signaled for almost a year as 35,000 union members voted to authorize the strike in September 2023. The union said that pay has not kept pace with inflation and it has unaddressed concerns about gaming companies' use of AI. This strike comes only 8 months after the union's historic 118-day actors strike against major studios. That strike resulted in a new 3-year TV and theatrical contract, which was ratified in December 2023. HBO's hit show Euphoria is facing more setbacks due to a rumored rift between Zendaya and show writer Sam Levinson. The show's 3rd season has been hanging in the balance due to the writers and actors strikes, as well as the deaths of Angus Cloud and executive producer Kevin Turin. The Hollywood Reporter's extensive report notes that the duo see one another as the reason behind the setbacks. An insider said that Zendaya began pulling away from Levinson, which caused the producer to resent the actress. The report also highlights the breakup between Levinson and Turin, which led to the latter losing his lucrative deal with HBO. Levinson's wife later took over Turin's responsibility, though she reportedly brings, quote, a more aggressive personality, end quote. Fans have been anxiously waiting for the third season, as the second ended back in February 2022. HGTV star Christina Hall breaks her silence on her divorce from estranged husband Josh Hall. In a post to her Instagram story, Christina wrote, quote, I have worked my ass off to build this life for myself and my children, and anyone who would try and take what they did not deserve / what they did not work for should be ashamed, end quote. She later labeled her estranged husband as, quote, an insecure man with a large ego, unquote. The HGTV star recently alleged that Josh had transferred $35,000 from her account into his personal account. The money was meant to pay, quote, loans, obligations, property taxes, insurance, and maintenance, unquote, for rental properties she handles. According to Entertainment Tonight, Josh denied the allegations. The former couple filed for divorce earlier this month and listed their separation date as July 7th. Shortly after the news broke, Christina deleted her wedding photo with Josh from their October 2021 nuptials in Hawaii. Former Summer House star Hannah Berner makes claims about the real reason she left the Bravo show, rather, why she was let go. During her appearance on Dave Portnoy's BFS podcast, Portnoy asked Berner if it were true that she was fired for, quote, sponsoring a rival seltzer drink, end quote. Berner stated that her beef with co-star Kyle Cook began when she did an ad for Truly Hard Seltzer. Cook founded Loverboy, an alcoholic seltzer line that has been featured on the Bravo show throughout the seasons. Berner alleges that she wasn't allowed to drink any other drinks besides Loverboy. She said, quote, I think some of these shows become a lot of egos, and it just becomes fighting over egos and screen time, and it's not that fun after doing it for too many seasons, end quote. In an exclusive interview with Page 6, Cook said that he had nothing to do with Berner's departure from the show. He said, quote, I'm flattered anyone thinks I could have that kind of pull, but clearly I don't have any control over what Bravo does, end quote. Berner's claims differ from her initial one, which is that she left the show to focus on her comedy career. Variety reports that Warner Bros. Discovery will centralize its Paris 2024 coverage with an open-air production hub on top of Hotel Raphael. The rooftop facility, also known as WBD House, will offer commentary in 13 markets as well as 4 studios in 3 stand-up positions. WBD sports executive Scott Young said, quote, we saw how the Paris 2024 organizing committee used so many of the city's amazing backdrops as venues. We then had to follow suit, end quote. The 4-studio setup provides for flexibility as different programs from different markets could benefit from the same sets. The WBD House Hub will also be home base for Warner Bros. Discovery's pay TV group Eurosport. Eurosport will broadcast 38,000 live hours, including 329 metal events.